Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Gurudev. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovapistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Ajanulambito Bhujo Kanakao Dhato Sankirtanai Pitaro Kamalaya Vishwambaro Dvijavaro Yugadharma Palo Vande Jagatapriya Karo Karuna Avtaro. Srila Prabhupada Gaudiya Guruvar Ki Jai. So, this coming Tuesday is what? Janmashtami. Bolo Krishna Janmashtami Ki Jai. So Janmashtami is always extremely auspicious, and as much as we can spend time in spiritual activities, Janmashtami is also known as Madhav Tithi. Thakur Bhakti Vinod, in one of his bhajans, in the Sharanagati section of Bhakti Anukula Karya Kare Jo Svikar, meaning there's a book called Sharanagati, the complete process of surrender, that has got 6 different sections. One of the sections is whatever is conducive to devotional service, one must perform. Bhakti Anukul Karya Kare Jo Svikar. We should accept. This is something that Thakur Bhakti Vinod adopted from the scriptures, especially Hari Bhakti Vilas, and our 6 Goswamis have also stressed that. So he says in this bhajan, there is a wonderful line. He starts by saying, Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajane Anukula. The dust of the lotus feet of pure Vaishnavas is conducive to devotional service, to bhakti. And in the same bhajan further he says, Madhava Tithi Bhakati Janani Jatane Palana Kori. So, what is Madhav Tithi? Madhav Tithi means Krishna Janmashtami. Madhav Tithi means any appearance day of the Supreme Lord. So, for example, Ram Navami, Gaur Purnima, etc. So, these are known as Madhav Tithi. So, he is explaining Madhav Tithi Bhakti Janani. She, Madhav Tithi, is the mother of devotion. Janani means mother. So when we get opportunities to, on such occasions, especially the special pastimes of the Lord, their anniversaries, etc., we should spend more time in chanting, hearing, reading Hari Katha. And it is extremely beneficial when we do this. So, celebrating the environment and the upcoming Janmashtami, I would like to maybe share some Hari Katha here, and hopefully this will bring a lot of pleasure to all of us. It is, if it does give you pleasure, and if you do think it's good, then all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. And if there are any mistakes, it is all my fault. So please forgive me in advance if there is any kind of errors or omissions. So, if we go back, the Rohini Nakshatra is very special. It doesn't come all the time. And Krishna appears in which yuga? Everybody knows that, right? Dwapar. So which yuga is present right now? We are in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga lasts about, I'm just going to round it up, I'm not going to go exactly. Exact is 432,000, but let's say 400,000. Prior to Kali Yuga was Dwapar, double. You add 400,000, 800,000 years. Prior to Dwapar was Treta. You add another 400. That comes to 1.2 million years. And prior to Treta was Satya Yuga. You add another 400,000. That comes to approximately 1.6. When you add up all these four, it comes to about 40 lakhs. Or how many in millions? 4 million, right? Yeah. 400 plus 800 plus 1.2 plus 1.6 is what? 4 million, right? So 4 million years comprises of these four yugas or millenniums. And in different yugas, the Supreme Lord, as he explains in the Bhagavad Gita, he mentions Yada, the famous verse, Yada Yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmani srijamiham. And then the next verse, Paritranayam sadhunam vinashayati dushkritam dharma sanstapagaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So the essence of this verse is that basically whenever there is a rise of irreligiosity, adharma, when it happens, then at that time I come to deliver the devotees and to kill the miscreants or the rascals. That's one. And these are external reasons. Actually, it's very limited time. I tell you, there's so many wonderful Rasik Katha that explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and by Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami in his commentaries on Laghu Bhagavad Amrit or in his commentaries on Brihad Bhagavad Amrit. So whatever I can in the next half an hour or so, I'll try to present this as is. So anyway, so coming back to this, so Krishna, he says he appears in different millenniums as the need arises when there is irreligiosity. And then he also says that Paritranayam Sadhunam, to save to give pleasure to the devotees, and Vinashayati Dushkritam, and to kill the demoniac personalities. So these are actually some of the main reasons, or you can say these are external reasons why Krishna or Krishna's incarnations appear. And in different yugas, like in Satya Yuga example, there are different incarnations, like we have the Matsya Avatar, we have the Kurma Avatar, etc. Even Nrsimhadev's Avatar. There are different Nrsimhadevs appearing in different Satya Yugas. Also, Nrsimhadev is also not of one kind or one type. But generally speaking, as Satya Yuga comes again, after Kali Yuga will be finished, at the end of Kali Yuga, in the next 400,000 years, after it ends, again Satya Yuga will come. So it's a cycle. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali Yuga, again Satya, again Treta, Dwapar, Kali Yuga. And again, it all depends, and there's Vedic cosmology explains that it goes into trillions of years according to the Vedic calendar as per the life of Lord Brahma. I really don't have the time to go into those details. Our Lord Brahma, he lives about 100 years, which kind of, if somebody is good at math, we got Lord Brahma's 12 hours is equivalent to 4 million times 2 times 1000. Okay, that's 12 hours, and then you add another, that is Ratri, is night time. So about 80 lakh years multiplied by 1000 is Brahma's one day. And then this our Lord Brahma, his 1 year is equivalent to 360 days, not 365 is the English calendar. So you multiply that, and then he lives about 100 years. So it's a very big number, it runs into trillions of years. And right now our particular Brahma's age is given, in one Brahma's life, there are 14 Manus, 14 Manvantars. So Swayambhu Manu was the first one. Again, I'm going too much into Vedic cosmology, but just try to grasp the essence. Right now our Brahma, there are millions and millions of Brahmans. And our Brahman is pretty small. As per the size of the Brahman, the number of heads of Lord Brahma are there. Brahma is the first created being in every Brahman. So our Brahman is small enough, so our Brahma has only 4 heads. And our Brahma's current age, as we speak, he is approximately 50 years. We are in the 7th Manu. It is explained. So still, quite a long time is still to go. But coming back to the main subject, the Supreme Lord appears in his different incarnations according to time and need. So Satya Yuga, like clockwork, like if you go to a movie theater and if there's a movie running, so the movie timings are there. It's the same movie. For example, if it's a 2-hour movie, So let's say the show is from 5 to 7, and then from 7 to 9, and from 9 to 11, right? Like clockwork, every day the same movie will be running with the same hours. So similarly, the Lord appears like clockwork in every yuga. Like Matsya Avatar will come back, Kurma Avatar will come back exactly at the same time, Narsingadev will come back exactly the same time. But Krishna doesn't come in every Dwapar Yuga. Please try to understand this. Krishna appears in the 10,000 Dwapar Yuga. So last Dwapar Krishna appeared, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which Brahma describes as Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Where Srimad Bhagavatam Vyasadeva starts with the Mangalacharan of Janmadi Yasya, or the Vedanta Sutra starts with Janmadi Yasya. These three words. Janam means the creation, Adi means the sustenance, and eventually the destruction. It happens through you, O Supreme Personality of Satyam Param Dhimahi, O Krishna. So Krishna is the source. Sarva Karana Karanam. So he appears in different yugas as different incarnations or avatars, but he doesn't personally appear in every Dwapar Yuga. Just this last Dwapar Krishna appeared, and immediately following that Dwapar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in the Kali Yuga. So this Kali Yuga, Prabhupada said, is called Golden Kali Yuga. Even Mahaprabhu does not appear. This Krishna Prem, that we get this opportunity by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Mahaprabhu and the entire Parampara, is very rare. And if we miss the boat, God knows in what millennium, after 10,000 Kali Yugas, which is multiplied by how many? 432,000. That's how many? Who's good in math? 432,000 multiplied by 10,000. Whatever that number is, the calculator you go, it will show E. Error.
I have no idea.
Anyways, so you all get the idea. So Krishna also similarly, he appears after millions of years. All the Dwapar comes every time. So we are very fortunate to be in this Golden Kali Yuga and the previous where Lord Krishna appeared. It is said that by English calendar, he appeared in the year, again don't count me exactly, but somewhere at 3022 before Christ. He appeared on July 16, it was a Wednesday. The Rohini Nakshatra happened. Wednesday, July 16 in the month of Shravan, which is now the month of Shravan. So, it is very important to understand. Some people always argue, and they have this thing in their mind, that especially it is very difficult to explain the non-Sanatan Dharmis. I hate to use the word Hindus. We are not Hindus. Yesterday also I was speaking at a program. Hindu is a misnomer. There is no such sabda or word as Hindu in the scriptures. The British, when they came to the Khyber Pass in the northwestern frontier province, the civilization that lived across the Indus River, they started calling them Hindus, and that's how the word Hindus came. Unfortunately, the British spoiled everything for us. I forget the name of that general. He told Lord Mountbatten the best way to kill India is to kill its backbone, meaning its spirituality. And they attacked that. And unfortunately, even the history books that we studied in school, they're all manipulated, and mostly the historians were English. They call Ramayana, Mahabharata mythology. What is mythology? Myth. Myth means something that does not exist. They kind of equate them to the Roman gods that were, that's mythology, like Apollo and etc. This god and that god. You all know that, right? The Romans also believed in the god. So they equated Rama and Mahabharata to mythology, something that does not really exist. So that is, and something that's what we were taught. Even today, the historians, they write that Ramayana and Mahabharata is mythology. Unfortunately, they change. They even, when we were in school, we learned this. I don't know how many of you all learned this. They say that they give you a definition of Krishna, even if I don't know if you go on Wikipedia or something, incarnation of Vishnu. And which is completely wrong. Most of us, we think like that Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu. It is the other way around. As a matter of fact, it is explained. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains, and so many of our Gaudiya deeper literatures like Harivamsha and all, they explain. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained in the Sartha Darshini that in Golok Vrindavan, which is the spiritual sky, or in Vaikuntha, There's a region, the topmost region, Golok Vrindavan, where Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, eternally resides with his associates. And he originally first expands himself on the right as Baldev Prabhu or Balram, and on the left as his Haladini Shakti, Srimati Radharani. So Baldev Prabhu is the Sandhini Shakti, Krishna himself is the Samvit Shakti, and Radharani is the Haladini Shakti. And he expands, and Baldev Prabhu is the actual personality that is responsible for all the avatars and the entire creation. Krishna does not take direct participation in creation. He is such a sweet personality that he is not interested in all these so-called activities beyond the love and the prem of the Vrajvasis. So Baldev Prabhu expands into a first quadruple expansion known as the Chaturvyu, as Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And from the first quadruple expansion, the Sankarshan, he expands 4 more times into a region, in the Vaikuntha region, as Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And from the second Sankarshan of the second quadruple expansion, thousands of Lord Narayanas expand, and Mahavishnu, also known as Karnodaksai Vishnu, from him expands Garbhodaksai Vishnu, and from his expands Shirodaksai Vishnu, who is also known as Paramatma, situated in everybody's heart. So you can imagine that those who are misleading us by saying that Vishnu, Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu, and unfortunately they do not have full information. It is true, as the Leela goes, that Bhumi, Mother Earth, was overburdened with the atrocities of the demoniac personalities, especially Kamsa. Kamsa was so demoniac. Demoniac persons don't think. They don't even care for their power and for their self-aggrandizement. They will go to any lengths. As a matter of fact, he had alliance with Jarasandha. He even married Jarasandha's daughter, who had a lot of provinces in India under his belt. And eventually, he had declared that if all the kings you don't surrender to me, I will fight with you. And if you lose, then you have to become my eternal servant. And if I lose, I will become your servant. But he never lost because he was very demoniac and he was extremely powerful. And he had actually, as a matter of fact, in the Yadu dynasty, they had Vasudev and his father Sursen. They were actually the rulers of Mathura. They were arrested and thrown into jail. Sursen was thrown into jail, and eventually his own father Ugrasen was also thrown into jail. Just like as we see in history, even in recent history, 500 years ago, 600, 700 years ago, the Mughals, the kings like Aurangzeb, to get power, he imprisoned his own father. I think it was Humayun also who did the same thing to Shah Jahan, right? There's several cases. So demoniac personalities, anybody who is infatuated with power, they don't care. They will go to any lengths. So because of the atrocities that were there, Mother Bhumi went to the presiding deity or the Devta of earth, or the earthly planet, or this Bhumandal, who is Lord Brahma, or this Brahman, and told Brahma, Lord Brahma, please do something. And Lord Brahma, being limited in his capacity as a Devta, he was not able to, so he, along with so many other Devi Devtas and Mahadev, they went to the shore of the Shiro-Udakshai Vishnu's ocean, the Sir Sagar, or the milk ocean. And Lord Brahma, along with the Devi Devtas, recited a wonderful prayer known as the Purusha Sukta to appease Shirodaksai Vishnu. And Shirodaksai Vishnu is appeased and he is very pleased, and he says, my dear Brahma, please declare to everyone that I will come soon as the original Krishna in Dwapar very soon. And I'm instructing all of you to take birth in Vraj. And you all become Yaduvamshis. So all the Devi Devtas, they prepared the ground and they all took birth as the instruction of Krishna through Shirodaksai Vishnu. Now, that is why most people say that, okay, Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu. But that is not true. Vishnu actually is just an instrument saying that I will come. Krishna makes him speak that. Krishna makes him an instrument to convey the message to Lord Brahma. So when, anyways, after the Devi Devatas, they took birth in Vraj. Vraj had already had manifested. Radha Rani had already requested Krishna that I will only come with you with 2-3 conditions. One of the conditions is that there should be Jamuna, there should be Govardhan. And when you manifest these, I will come with you. So Krishna obliges Radha Rani. Radha Rani is extremely dear to Krishna, and he prepares the land of Vraj Bhumi, and all the Devi Devatas, they appear in the different parts of Vraj, and they are waiting for Krishna's birth. Now, although Kams being so demoniac in nature, it was time for his cousin sister Devaki, the daughter of King Deva, to get married. And it is said in our culture that at the time of wedding, the brother or the cousin brothers, they take the palki or the chariot. So similarly, Kansa, he became the chariot driver of Devaki, and when the marriage was solemnized and when they were on the way home to Vasudev's house, there was a sudden voice in the firmament, an Akashvani. And the Akashvani declared that, "Oh, you fool, you don't know what you're doing. The 8th child of Devaki will be the cause of death. Will be your cause of death." And Kansa, being so demoniac in nature, immediately stopped the chariot, took his sword, and almost cut off Devaki's neck. And Vasudeva at that time, being a very good devotee of the Supreme Lord, he actually pacified Kamsa in different ways. Prabhupada describes it so nicely. We all should read Krishna book. It's very simplified. If one cannot read Bhagavatam, Krishna book Prabhupada gave very nicely all the different pastimes, the 10th canto, Dasvaskam of Srimad Bhagavatam. And there's a wonderful whole chapter how he tries to give philosophy that, hey, comes, you know what? One who is going to be born is eventually going to die. You should not, you should not kill your sister untimely, because otherwise you will be entangled in the laws of karma. Because everybody is destined to stay for a certain time in a certain body, and you don't want to be an instrument to end that life. So that kind of even applies to people who are eating meat. Again, I don't want to go off tangent, but supposing if there is a certain animal that's supposed to live a certain number of years according to the laws of karma, according to Mother Nature's, and under the instructions of Krishna, and we become an instrument in killing it for our sense gratification, then we are 100% responsible for that karmic reaction. Because we have short-lived that lifespan of that particular animal or entity. So like that he explains, wonderful philosophy he speaks, but then Prabhupada mentions in Krishna book that the demoniac personalities, they don't really listen to philosophy. So sometimes you have to be very diplomatic. So then he uses diplomacy. And in diplomacy, he tells that, look, my dear Kamsa, the problem is the 8th child, right? So why are you killing her now? When that happens, and if it happens, I promise you that I will bring my 8th child, or as a matter of fact, I promise you that I will bring all and any children I have, I'll present them to you, and then I will let you deal with them as you please. So he had to save that moment. So then immediately Kans thought, yes, Vasudeva is very well known for his word. Just like Lord Ramachandra, Raghukula Niti Sada Chali Aaye, Prana Jaye Par Vachan Na Jaye. So similarly, Vasudeva was very, very famous. If he said something, he would 100% do. No duplicity. So then, and then he said that, look, in front of all these people, they're all lined up in Mathura. Look at all the people lined up all along the way, and they're seeing that you are such a big warrior, such a big, great personality, killing a feeble woman who is unarmed. Does that give you any kind of shobha? Or does that give you any, it will lead to infamy. So all these words kind of struck. The words of diplomacy struck, but not the words of philosophy. And then he said, okay, fine. I know you, Vasudeva, that you will live up to your promise. So then he releases Devaki. About a year later, first child is born to Vasudeva and Devaki. So Vasudeva, as per his words, he takes the first child to Kamsa's palace and gives it to him. And Kamsa is really surprised that, wow, yes, Vasudeva, you live up to your word. So Vasudeva hands him the child, and then Kamsa is kind of melted. that is one of the symptoms when you are in association with a devotee. Sometimes even the hardest hearts they melt, but not necessarily all the time, but even for a fraction of a second. So Kansa became very soft-hearted. He said, no, I know it's the 8th child, so you take your child back. So Vasudeva was kind of perplexed. He was thinking, he is a demon eventually. Anytime he can, change his mind. But at least he was happy to take his child back home. Now, as soon as that happened, guess who comes? Naradji. Now, Naradji came on that spot. Unfortunately, a lot of us, especially Indians, they have a certain impression of Naradji that is very, 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 very offensive. Please take that out of your head. Because we have seen the old movies where Jeevan character used to play Naradji. And the main thing that everybody knows that he makes everybody fight and he's very duplicitous and all of that. That's not true. Please try to understand there are so many deeper meanings behind Naradji. Naradji is one of the most exalted devotees of Krishna. As a matter of fact, he is that one special personality that he doesn't need permission to enter into Krishna's inner quarters, whether it is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna or Narayana. As a matter of fact, he is so famous and he is so well revered that even the demoniac personalities, when he comes, they get up and offer him his throne. And the reason being is Naradji has nothing in heart but well-being of every living entity. He is a true Vaishnava. Vaishnava of the highest, he is known as a Maha-Bhagavat. And a Maha-Bhagavat is always thinking, how can I serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead and how can I save all these souls? Naradji is such a great Guru. He is the Guru of Ved Vyas. Vyasdev, who has compiled all the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Ithasas, the Puranas, Vedanta Sutra, such a scholarly great personality. And actually Vyasdev is an incarnation of Vishnu. So Vishnu himself accepts him as his Guru in one sense. He is the Guru of Valmiki. He is the Guru of Dhruv. He is the Guru of Prahlad Maharaj. So how somebody can think, the question arises, he came to the palace and he started kind of inciting Kamsa. Kamsa, what did you just do? You just let Vasudeva go away with the child, first child. He said, yeah, but don't you remember? The 8th child is going to kill. He said, yes, that's the 8th child, Naradji. So he said, yes, but you know what? Do you know these Devi Devatas? They are all against you. You know that, right? Yes, of course I know that. They are my enemies. But you cannot trust them. They have already taken birth in Vraj. They have already taken, and they are already scheming. Now, and then there's another version which I heard. Naradji drew one circle. He drew one circle and he drew 8 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he turned the circle. Now he tells me, tell me which is number 1 and which is number 8. And Kansa got confused. So he said, oh, these Devi Devatas, we cannot rely. The first one can be the 8th one also. And it can be at any number. So Naradji said, what do you think you are doing? And then he leaves Narayan, Narayan. So the question arises, why did Naradji do this? And it appears that it is such a heinous thing to do, to incite somebody to kill somebody, especially a newborn baby. So immediately he comes, arrests Vasudeva and Devaki, takes their child. When they are arrested in the jail, smashes them on the wall and kills that child. Now, mercilessly, father and mother Vasudeva and Devaki, so much pain in their hearts to see their child smashed on the wall like this. The pain is unbearable. Just imagining that. And Naradji being an instrument, so Acharyas explained so nicely. See, these are some of the deeper nuances that our Gaudiya Acharyas can only give. It's amazing. And these explanations that when we read them and when we hear them, and it's there in Prabhupada's books also. But sometimes we have to have that proper, what we call, reception, even when we are reading Prabhupada's books. Naradji wanted to escalate Krishna's arrival. And that is why he did it. That's one reason. 6 children like that appeared in the womb of Devaki, and they were all smashed by Kamsa. So these 6 children the infants that was smashed, actually there is a reason why Naradji did what. So our Acharyas explain that In the first millennium, Swayambhu Manu, one of the firstborn of Lord Brahma, when he appeared, Swayambhu Manu, his son, and then also at the same time, during that period, from the mind of Lord Brahma, Marichi appeared. And Marichi, etc., they were all Prajapatis. Prajapati means they are asked to procreate and generate children to expand the world. So, Marichi was also Prajapati and he had 6 children. Now, these 6 children, what happened at one time, Lord Brahma, under the spell of Yogamaya, not under Mahamaya. Again, there is a difference. Yogamaya is a Maya that helps Krishna enhance his pastimes. And some of the devotees are so selfless that even if that brings them a bad name, they are willing to do Krishna's will. 2 quick examples come to mind is this pastime of Lord Brahma, when Lord Brahma actually got attracted to his own daughter and ran behind him. He got attracted to his own daughter named Vag and he ran behind him. And also one time, Shivji, who is known as the Vaishnava Nithasambhu, the topmost Vaishnava, how can he be under illusion or Maya? He ran actually behind the Mohini Murti of Vishnu. So these are the reasons, is because that Krishna wanted to show us as an example that Maya, my Maya is very strong. Krishna even declares in the Bhagavad Gita, Maya Maya Duratya. It's extremely difficult to surmount my Maya. One who surrenders to me, Maya Tarantite, then only it is possible to cross this Maya. So Brahma and Shiva in these 2 different pastimes, they were instruments in showing the whole world that even myself, being a big Devta, can fall a prey to such a great Maya of Krishna. So when Brahma was chasing his daughter, at that time Marichi's 6 sons started laughing at him. When he started laughing, Brahma cursed them that you all will be born as demoniac personalities, and they appeared as the brothers of Prahlad as Hiranyakashipu's sons. These 6 of them. And also one Rakshasa, one son of Hiranyakashipu was known as Kalnemi. And Kalnemi, again, for 2 generations they were cursed. The grandsons also appeared as the 6 sons, and Kalnemi appeared as their father. And when these 6 sons actually did some penances to appease Lord Brahma, Hiranyakashipu could not bear that they should be worshipping me. I am all powerful. How can you worship me? How can you worship Brahma? The Devi Devtas are my enemies. So Hiranyakashipu, they cursed the 6 sons who are the original sons of Marichi, that you will be killed by your own father. And that Kalnemi happened to be Kansa in Krishna Leela. That Kalnemi appeared as Kansa. So these 6, they are known as the Shadagarbhas. These Shadagarbhas were killed by Kamsa because there was a prophecy, because there was a benediction. That is the reason. So that is the reason also Naradji escalated that. Now another reason for Naradji to escalate it is these 6 sons represent, because it is said that Marichi came from the mind of Lord Brahma, or the mind is actually, we do this here, this is wrong. According to the Vedic anatomy, mind is situated in the heart. Buddhi is here, mind is here. So mind is the cause of so many problems. The main 6 are Kam, Krodh, Moh, Matsarya, Mad, and Lobh. 6. So these 6 represent that. Now it is said that these 6 actually came into Devaki's womb. And prior to that, as soon as they were killed, who appeared? The 7th was Lord Baldev. Balram appeared, and immediately what happened is, because of Yogamaya was asked, Krishna asked Yogamaya, please transfer my brother Balram to Rohini Mata, who is in Gokul. So from Mathura's jail in the womb of Devaki, Baldev ji was transferred to the womb of Rohini, who was actually one of the wives of Vasudev, living under the protection of Nanda Maharaj in Gokul. So far everybody is with me on this Leela? Okay. So because he was forcefully attracted to the womb of Rohini, he is also known as Sankarshan, one of the names of Lord Balram. And generally what happens is Balram is the topmost servitor of Krishna. He wanted to serve Krishna and he wanted to make sure that before Krishna appears, everything is all good and clear. So he appeared there. And one of the reasons, and Sankarshan or Baldev is the Adi Guru. Please try to understand this tattva. Any Sadguru gets their power from Baldev, because Baldev knows how to serve Krishna very nicely, especially in the Vaidhi Bhakti. Especially in the Vaidhi Bhakti. Baldev ji is the Adi Guru. Like in Nityanand Prabhu, in Gaur Leela, he is also Baldev's incarnation. Vajendra Nandan Sachishuto Hoilo Shehi, Balram Hoilo Nitai. So, when he appeared, he was transferred, there was known as Sankarshan. And because Yog Maya enacted the wishes of Krishna, Krishna even blessed her, said, you will become my sister and you will be born in my mother's womb, Yashoda. And you will be also well known with different incarnations as Durga, Parvati, Uma, Narayani, etc. So actually, Durga Devi, Parvati, etc., these are all actually incarnations of the Yogamaya. Radha ji is the Kaya and Durga ji is the Chaya. So again, that's a different philosophy anyway. So coming back to this. Now, the philosophy here is that Guru comes first to dissipate all the problems that we have. And the 6 problems that were there in Devaki's Garbha, Guru came and cleansed those. Kam, Krodh, Matsarya, Mara. And he came and he cleansed the Garbha. That is what our Acharyas explained. For Krishna to come and reside and appear in Devaki's womb. Similarly, the example that Prabhupada says in his purports, that in order for Krishna to comfortably reside in us, we have to be free from all these 6 different bad things, Kam, Krodh, Moh, Matsarya, etc. The worst of all amongst all this is envy. Envy is, and that is why I explained that Naradji, why is he so popular even amongst the demons and amongst the Devatas? Because even our 6 Goswamis, if you have studied the Shada Goswami Ashtakam, there is a nice line. Dhira dhira jana priyo karo, nirmat saro pujito, vande rupa sanatana ragujugo, Shri Jiva Gopalako. Dhira dhira, dhir means the Devi Devatas or the devotees, and adhir means the demoniac personalities. Priya karo, they are both favorable to such personalities. Why? Because nirmatsar, they are completely non-envious. Envy is the cause. Even after coming to devotional service of bhakti, we have envy amongst each other. Sometimes in the form of a mustard seed, sometimes in the form of a football. Somebody is doing some better seva than us, we are envious. Somebody is singing nicely, somebody is cooking nicely, somebody may be dressing the Lord nicely. People are, our nature is such that and that is why our whole process is that when we follow the devotional process as said by the Gurus, then our anarthas are removed. So these 6 anarthas were removed from the womb of Devaki before by Baldev, by appearing there, cleansing the womb so that Krishna could appear. Now, it is also said that as soon as Sankarshan or Baldev was transferred, the news went to Kamsa that Devaki is pregnant again, but she did not give birth to a child, and there was a news that there was a miscarriage. Now, after about a year, right around this time, Rohini Nakshatra, at about midnight, 2 wonderful things happened. One in Mathura, one in Gokul, simultaneously. What happened? Krishna appeared in the jail right at midnight, on the stroke of midnight, to Devaki. There's wonderful descriptions. Again, time is very short. How effulgent Devaki was looking. And even Kansa was afraid when he used to come and visit that there's something going on here because of the effulgence on the face of Devaki. And Krishna appeared in his 4-armed Narayan form in the jail. When he appeared in the 4-armed, both Vasudha and Devaki offered wonderful prayers to Krishna. And they were actually, they knew who he is. And then the Supreme Lord, in the form of Vasudev Krishna. Very important. Please try to understand this concept. The son of Vasudev Krishna is Vasudev. This is Sanskrit. Just like the daughter of Janak King, King Janak is Janaki. So we don't, some of us mispronounce when we say Vasudev. Vasudev means you are calling father of Krishna. But Vasudev means son, meaning Krishna. So when they prayed to him, Krishna was very pleased. Vasudev Krishna was very pleased. And he immediately said, yes, my dear father and mother, I'm very pleased to be born in your womb. And he kind of explains to them that actually you had, during the time, you are also one Prajapati at that time, during the time of Swayambhu Munu. And Vasudev was known as Sutapa. And his wife was known as Prishni. And since Brahma, the father, had asked them to procreate, to generate, they sat in tapasya, in penance, so that they can have some good kids, good progeny. So at that time, the Supreme Lord appeared in front of them and said, I'm very pleased with you, ask me something. So they said that, you know what, Brahma has asked us to procreate, we need children, but we would like to have you as our son. And he had already given his word. So Narayan said, Krishna said, yes, I will appear as your son. Not only in one birth, but in three births I will appear. So in the first birth, Krishna was known as Prishni Garbha. Then in the second birth, Vasudeva and Devaki became Aditi and Kashyap Muni. And Krishna appeared as Vaman Dev or Upendra. And the third birth, they appeared as Vasudeva and Devaki. And Krishna again appeared as Vasudeva Krishna. But Devaki, being a mother, very soft-hearted, started crying. So that Kans will come any moment. His soldiers, his security guard, they're right outside. They will inform him, please, just come back to your normal, because if he sees you as Vishnu, he's going to be even more angry. And he will fight with you. And he will try to kill you. So the motherly love was overwhelmed, and it surpassed the opulence, although knowing that he is God. So then he complied, and he immediately took the two-arm form of baby Krishna. As soon as that happened, at the stroke of midnight, Vasudeva found a little basket, and the doors immediately opened. Yogmaya opened all the doors. There were like many doors that led to the jail, and all the security guards or the soldiers fell asleep, and immediately he took him on his head, and as soon as he stepped out, there was torrential rain. Lots of rain, Shravan, right? The monsoon season. And the four-armed Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna, had instructed Vasudeva, go and take me to Gokul. And there is one girl that has been born to Yashoda also. You pick her up and replace me here. So Vasudeva goes, as the doors open of the jails, he's out in the streets of Mathura, and he's going towards the Jamuna. And the Jamuna is dancing. Jamuna is in storm. And as soon as Vasudeva puts the baby Krishna on his head, guess what happens? Krishna's protector Baldev comes in the form of Nag, and he becomes the umbrella to protect. That is the bhav. Actually, Baldev is the only personality that serves Krishna in all the five rasas. In the Shantras, neutrality, Dasyaras, Sakhyaras, Vatsalyaras, and Madhuryaras. So here he is serving as the Ananta Sesh was covering him as a Dasyaras, as an umbrella, as a paraphernalia. And as Vasudeva is going and he enters the Jamuna immediately parts, just like in the Ten Commandments, Moses crosses the sea. But she is so excited that she keeps on bouncing, and Vasudeva is almost drowning. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and our Acharyas explain that Yamuna Devi is one of the consorts of Krishna. Just like Radharani, Rukmini, Yamuna Devi, they are all the consorts, eternal consorts. So she wanted to touch the lotus feet of her Swami. But she realized suddenly that if she continued doing that, her father-in-law Vasudeva would drown. So she controlled herself, and she opened up a way, and he entered Gokul. Now when Vasudeva entered Gokul, everybody was under Yogamaya's spell, and they were all sleeping, including Yashoda Mai. Now Yashoda Mai was sleeping, and our Acharyas explain a wonderful phenomenon. It is said in the Harivamsha, yeah, that Yashoda gave birth to Krishna, Yashodanandan Krishna, and gave birth to a girl, baby girl. Two twins basically, two personalities. Sanatana Goswami explains in the Brihad Bhagavatamrit, and Rupa Goswami also explains in the Laghu Bhagavatamrit, and in the Gopal Chambu 3rd chapter, Jiva Goswami explains all this. This is an amazing secret. Actually, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita and our scriptures, Krishnam padam ekam na gacchati vrindavanam tajati. He does not even take one step out of Vrindavan, of Raj. So how would he be in Mathura? So the one that was born was Vasudeva Krishna. Mother Yashoda had given birth to actually Krishna, baby Krishna, but under the spell of Yog Maya. When Vasudeva went inside that room, he could not see. It was dark. And he saw the baby girl. And he placed Vasudeva Krishna in Mother Yashoda's lap, took the baby girl, as explained by the appearance in the Karagra, in the jail, and went back to Mathura. Now what happened to this Vasudeva Krishna? This Vasudeva Krishna merges into Yashodanandan Krishna. This is a wonderful Gaudiya secret. He merges into Yashodanandan Krishna, and whatever the different leelas, right from day number 3 when Putna came, and then the Shaktasur and so many different Asuras came to kill, our Acharyas explained that Vrajendranandan Krishna, Yashodanandan Krishna did not do the killing. It is Vasudeva Krishna who did the killing, who was merged in him. Because Krishna, Vrajendranandan Krishna, he does not know any weapons. He is all about love. Adaram maduram madanam maduram maduradi pater akhilam maduram. There is no war, there is no Sudarshan Chakra, none of that. He doesn't know. He has his wonderful flute. He's got the Yamuna, he's got the Kadam trees, he's got the wonderful sweet Vraj. Nothing else, and the Vrajvasis. So all those killings of the demons were done by Vasudeva Krishna. And then when Krishna was 11 and Akrur came to take him to Mathura, and Balram and Krishna Mathura, on the border of Mathura and Vrindavan by Akrur Ghat, Vasudeva Krishna comes out. And Rajendranandan Krishna stays in Vraj in the Bhav state, in the hearts of the gopis, in the hearts of the Vrajvasis. He stays indefinitely in there. So these are some of the says. So he appeared, and and that is why the Vrajvasis do not believe that he is the son of Vasudeva. And that is why in this bhajan that we sang in the last one, you see, Maya Mori, main nahi makhan kha, he says, Tu janani man ki ati bhori. My mother, you are very bholi, you are very innocent. Inke kahe pati aayo. These boys, including Balram, they had a fight with me. And they told you that I am eating makhan and I am stealing makhan. That is not true. Jiye tere kachu bhedo upajiyo. Maybe, aha, Maya, you have some discrimination because maybe I am not your son. That is why you are doing this to me. Jani parayo jayo. That I am parayo. I am, what is the right word in English for paraya? Foster?
Steps.
Huh?
Step.
Jani parayo jayo. And he says, Yahle apni lakutiya kamariya, take your stick. I am not going anymore to herd your cows. Bahut hi naach nachayo. You made me do so many things. Then at that time, Surdas tab bihasi Jasoda. Jasoda mother started crying, please Krishna, don't say this. You are my son. How can you even think like that? You are my son. And she started crying. And Surdas is seeing this scene. And lekar ura kant lagayo, and Mother Yashoda grabs him and he says no. And then when Mother Yashoda grabs him and kisses him, Krishna says, Maya Mori, maine hi makhan khayo. From main nahi, it becomes maine hi. So this is the relationship. So Yashodanandan Krishna, Nandanandan Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who eternally resides in Golok Vrindavan and who is the cause of all causes. And he is the one who is the cause of Vasudeva. Vasudeva Krishna is different. Prabhupada has that sung this song very nicely, if you ever heard it. Bhajahu re mana Shri Nandanandana. In his purport he says, there are many types of Krishna, but we are only concerned with the son of Nanda Maharaj. If you read that purport, he starts that purport like that. So, that is the Gaudiya Bhav. Yes, Everything is here. So Vasudeva Krishna is an expansion of the expansion of Krishna. Baldev, and Baldev expands as Vasudev, as the son of Vasudeva. And it is Vasudeva Krishna who spoke Bhagavad Gita. It is Vasudeva Krishna who resided in Dwarka. So Krishna resided in Raj about 11 years, 86 years and about 18 years in Mathura and 86 years in Dwarka. So his lifespan, his Leela, was about 125 years and 4 months. That is the total. And that is why we always call it the appearance and disappearance of the Lord. Sometimes we use the word Jayanti. Jayanti is used for Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, or some human being. Birthdays are for human beings, not for person. Like Prabhupada said, the sun appears and disappears. Right now it's dark outside. The sun has disappeared. Tomorrow it will reappear. So similarly, the Lord's Leelas constantly happen. Thakur Bhaktivinoda says in this bhajan, Gopinath Mama Nivedana Shuno. Wonderful line. Asya prapanche jivera karane Leela koile shubhistar. You come, my dear Krishna, for the sake of all these living entities, and you perform these wonderful pastimes. So to conclude, hearing about Krishna's pastimes is purifying. It is for our sake. Not that he will benefit, we benefit. The gopis sing his glories in conclusion. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmashapaham shravana mangalam srimad bhuvi grinanti je bhuri dajana. So your katha, O Krishna, the gopis are singing this, is Amrit. It takes us from death. Mrit means death and Amrit means deathlessness. So when we hear about Krishna, chant about Krishna, think about Krishna, then it will take us to eternality, deathlessness. Tava katha amritam. Tapta jivanam, this whole existence of ours is full of miseries. And it is Kavi Virididam. Gopis are saying it is not us only who is saying this. The great scholarly Vaishnavas are saying this. And when we hear Harikatha, Kalmasha Aparham, it takes away all the miseries. And Bhuvi Grinanti Je Bhurida Jana, those personalities who are traveling all over the world, Bhuvi Grinanti, Bhurida Jana, those are indeed the most benefactors of mankind, the most munificent. And actually, my Guru Maharaj explains, 5,000 years ago, in which millennium maybe the Gopi Geet was sung, actually the gopis were indicating towards Srila Prabhupada. It is Srila Prabhupada who went all over the world, traveling 13, 12 times around the globe, sleeping only 2 hours, translating books. Bhuvi Grinanti Je Bhurida Jana. Bhuri Da means most munificent. Da means to give dan. Prabhupada never expected it in return. The only thing he wanted us to chant the holy name of Krishna, follow the 4 regulative principles, no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. Striyam dutam panam shunam yatra adharma chaturvidha. Prabhupada just did not get some imagination. It is from Shastra. Prabhupada always spoke Shastra as it is. It is in the Mahabharata Adi Parva. Striyam, illicit sex with sex outside marriage. Dyutam, gambling. Panam, meaning meat eating. Panam meaning intoxication, and Shunam means meat eating. Yatra, these, adharma. They are against religious principles, against spirituality. Chaturvida, these 4. So my humble request, thank you so much for hearing this katha, taking your time out. My request is all of you assemble Tuesday. What is the time, Prabhu? For the 6 p.m. program starts in the temple, Janmashtami Mahamatsav. And a very important day next day is Nandotsav and Srila Prabhupada's appearance. So everybody is requested to attend, take advantage of wonderful spiritual program. Prabhupada has made ISKCON International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Wonderful words, Krishna Bhavna Amrit, if you translate that in Hindi. So that when we constantly are engaged in the service of Krishna, thinking, hearing, chanting, it will take us to eternality. It will take us to Golok Dham. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya Acharya Guruvar ki, Gaur Premanande, नंद गृह आनंद भयो, नंद गृह आनंद भयो, भक्ति घोड़ा पाल की, श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर की, ओ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।